Hi everybody, welcome to the cabin at Frog Hollow. We're back today doing some more of the historical flies of the Great Lakes region. Today we're going to tie the Cory Calftail. Cory Calftail was developed by a fellow by the name of Ralph Cory. Lived in Big Rapids, Michigan, and he was a Muskegon River junkie. Loved to fish the Muskegon. And so this fly, kind of a searching fly, looks like a mayfly, big old calftail wings and calftail tail. So let's tie it. The Cory Calftail. We're going to dress the hook. We want to put a base layer down. We're using calftail, which is, by everybody's count, one of the most difficult materials to deal with. Very slippery material. So we're going to tie the wing in first. So we're going to put a pad up here, and I'm going to do a touch of penetrating head cement right there. I'm going to do that to add a little stick to that thread base. Calftail, we're going to snip out a pretty good bunch. This is a fairly heavy wing, and so a nice big bunch. We're going to take the under fur out. There's quite a bit of it in calftail. We're just going to bounce that out of there. If you've got a little comb, you can comb out some of that downy material. And we're going to try and even the ends of this in a stacker. Stacking calftail is like herding cats. It's just not the easiest thing on the planet. But we're going to give it a shot here. We'll see how it comes out. Let's take a look. We're going to get some evening, but not a lot. Doesn't look too bad though. I can see where we've made some headway. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this material, the length of the hook shank to set the wing. We're just a little bit longer there. I'm going to shorten that up just a touch. There we are right there. And we're going to set that. We're going to do 2 wraps and tighten it down. Couple more wraps. Now we've got that stick underneath. We're going to leave the butts in because we've got some work to do here. So we're going to lift this now, come up in front, and we're going to post that a little bit. It's starting to post. And then we're going to separate. So we want those wings cocked forward a little bit. And now we want to split by 50% here on the wing. So we're just going to separate those wings. We're going to make a wrap in between that direction. We're going to make another wrap. We're just making an X, if you will. And I'm going to show this to you in just a second. Make 2 X wraps. And let me get a couple of these long guard hairs out of here. And then I'm just going to tilt that so you can see how that wing is upright and cocked forward. I'm going to lift this now and post it just a little bit more. They're laying a little too flat for my liking. There we go. Okay, now we can come back and snip those butts out. If we were to have done that first, trust me, these wings would not have stayed in place. So now we're going to go to the aft part of the fly. Tie in the tail, which is again calftail. Not so critical here, but I'm going to do the same thing, just a touch of penetrating flexible cement. I'll thin this tail out a little bit. There we go, and the length of the body. Set that right on top of the hook. 1 wrap loose, 2nd wrap tight. I like that. Yep, looks good. And I'm going to now lift this and snip this out right at the base of where the butts of the wing material come through. So we're going to Palmer wrap up on that. See how that all comes together? I'm going to snip some of these out because the next thing we're going to do is dub it. So we don't want any of those calftail butts sticking through there. That looks pretty good. Now we're going to use some superfine dubbing. Back in the day, this was undoubtedly a yellow yarn, but you know, it's just so much easier to get a nice tapered body dubbing. I'm going to make sure that we got all of our tracks covered here. Excuse me. I don't know whether any of you got any of that upper respiratory crud that was going around this winter, but boy, I'll tell you, Kate and I, we were really sick. I ended up with pneumonia, of all things. And Kate had to go get 2 rounds of antibiotics, so that was kind of tough. All right, so we are at the point. Let's take a look, make sure everything looks good. It does. Right where we want to be. We're going to take a brown hackle now. You know, hackles are curved. We want that curve to face us so that the barbels tip forward on dry flies. There are very few dry flies that are tied anything other than this way. So let's tie that stem in. We'll tuck it under the wing. Lift that wing and get that stem and tie it down. I'm going to snip that. There's one little guard hair there that's, there we go. And there's quite a bump there. I'm going to add a little bit of that flexible cement on that thread so that the hackle tracks through there and sticks well. Now, find our hackle pliers, and we're going to start Palmer wrapping this through. We're going to take a couple wraps behind. Just kind of keep those hairs out of the way. We're going to jump right through the wing. Now we're going to push them both back and head for the eye. When dressed, this fly floats like you can't believe. And with those forward cocked wings, you can also skate this fly too. Even if it goes subsurface, with those forward cocked wings, it'll push right back up to the surface. And sometimes, particularly, again, you know, this fly was fished on the Muskegon. Rainbows love that skating fly. And there was a lot of rainbows in the Muskegon. 2 or 3 wraps to make a nice head. Find our whip finisher. Wonder what I did with that, Chris. Oh, here it is. You know, always accuse the cameraman of hiding stuff. They're like that, you know. And 2, 3, 4 is good. Tighten. Snip. And looks to me like we've got a bona fide Cory Calftail. Spent wing, yellow dub body, brown hackle. That's it. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned to our YouTube channel. we've got a lot more coming your way.